Howdy, folks. I'm the Reddit mole,
I'm Amber.
and I spy with my little eyes something that is Reddit.
But if you're the Reddit mole, do you have eyes?
I'm a mole, like a spy.
Oh, I thought you meant the animal.
I know. That's why it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be multiple layers, Amber. Layers. There's layers. It's like an onion, a big stinky onion, or an ogre. I'm really not sure which. I've been ruined from my childhood. I think all ogres are onions and vice versa. It makes eating soup traumatic. All right, folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Having My Little Sister Clean Up My Car? 1 week last December, my parents flew out of country for some important matters. I'm a 23-year-old male, and I was entrusted with staying at their place for a week and looking after my 15-year-old sister. Well, one day, I was picking her up from school in my car, and we stopped at a red light when some sketchy dude came up to my window and asked for some money. Like always, I just did my best to ignore him, looking ahead and not making eye contact. But then this sketchy dude pulled out a crowbar and started hitting my window as hard as he could. My sister screamed, and we hightailed it out of there, nearly hitting another car while we were driving away. When we got back home, I saw that my sister had actually wet her pants. There was pee all over my passenger seat, too. I called her out for being so gross, and I told her that before she can start on her homework, she needs to clean my car seat. In the car that I worked hard for and I paid for with my own money. She initially told me no, but ultimately I got her to clean up the mess. Throughout the week, while I was staying at her parents' house, I teased her about wetting her pants and I gave her the nickname Soaker. I recently learned that the stoplight incident has scared my sister so much that she is currently in therapy for it. My parents don't know that I made her clean up my car. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Yes, you're a major jerk. The important thing to realize is that is a natural reaction to something scary happening. The body just kind of shuts down the unessential functions, and people of any age can have that kind of reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people can have that kind of reaction for sure to a fear response. OP, if you know your parents are going to be upset about this, then maybe you should be asking your parents if you're the jerk for this or not, right?
Yeah, well, and I mean, if you didn't want to clean it yourself, which I mean, that's fine. You should have just taken it to a cleaner to get it done. But
Yeah,
forcing your traumatized sister, like clearly you could see she was upset if she peed herself.
yeah.
Forcing her to clean it up because you're grossed out, like that's not a cool move.
Well, and I also wonder if you could have had insurance cover this
Yeah.
because your car is probably already damaged, and that since you were driving it at the time, you may actually have been able to take an insurance claim out on it. And on top of that, the cleaning bill might have also been covered by the insurance claim. Your rates are probably going to go up no matter what because you still had a crowbar taken to your car. So, yeah, I just think that this is a little bit of a odd situation, and it's hard to understand why you thought that this was the appropriate next step after your poor little sister had her living daylights scared out of her.
And then hazing her on top of it. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure she was already humiliated. You don't use those kind of things against people. Like, it's not
yeah,
funny.
yeah. I mean, that's actually a really good point. I had kind of forgotten about the nicknames here, and that he's been cruel to her on top of that, calling her these nicknames throughout the week. Don't do this.
Yeah, come clean now, tell your parents what happened, and apologize profusely to your sister, and do better in the future.
Exactly. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Starla Bloom says, You're the jerk. She was obviously traumatized, and while still in shock, you humiliated her by making fun of her and forced her to clean it. You're the adult, it's your car, and you should have taken the initiative to clean it, given the fact that a 15-year-old girl was so scared that she wet herself. I understand not wanting to clean up after your little sister, but come on, have some decency. Alright, folks, our next letter is titled, I'm a 21-year-old female, and my 20-year-old male boyfriend has a weird understanding of what happens in sleepovers. This one is just odd, folks, and so I wanted to share it. I've been dating this amazing guy for 6 months now. and it's the first serious relationship while I've had a few boyfriends before him. But what I really love about him is that he is really good at communicating his feelings and he listens to what I have to say, and we eventually find a common ground. Anyways, my best friend was having a sleepover last weekend. It was me, her, and three other girls. I was, of course, excited, but I could tell something was bothering him. So I asked him, and he first tried to deny that anything was the matter, but eventually he said something which completely blew my mind. He said, "I know at some point in time you guys will end up without any clothes or maybe just in your lingerie, and I don't really have an issue with that, but I would really appreciate it if you didn't cuddle and while wearing only lingerie." I almost laughed. I was like, why would I cuddle my friends naked? Or why would all of us be in lingerie in front of each other? And then he said that he understands that's what goes on in all girl sleepovers. People, I was really at a loss for words. I told them that on our sleepovers, we're all in comfy pajamas, eating junk food, and watching some movies or series, or maybe thirsting over some K pop celebs. But I could see that he didn't really believe me fully. My question is, guys of Reddit, what is going on here? Well, I mean, OP, taking it from a well adjusted man, I can say that with 100% certainty that all men believe that this happens.
Have I got some news for you? It,
I don't know where the solution
it,
comes from.
yeah, like what kind of media has he been watching? Like, where is he getting his information about what sleepovers are like? Like,
Yeah,
presumably he has not been going to all girls sleepovers, so
yeah, I think that the natural course of this conversation is to ask him where he got this idea from and kind of sit down and talk with him more about it if he doesn't believe you. And be like, well, do you do this with your guys' sleepovers? Do you
yeah.
guys dress up in lingerie, fancy lingerie, and cuddle each other? And I think that the answer will be, of course, yes.
Well, and the where like I'm assuming there's some kind of media, and you have to remember a lot of movies and stuff are made with the male gaze in mind. So when you have sleepover scenes in movies where
Yeah.
the girls are all in skimpy lingerie and pillow fighting, it's not meant to be an accurate representation of a sleepover. It's depicted for the male gaze.
Yeah, and I think that that's really what's important. If you're watching movies, remember, movies are fiction. They
Yes,
aren't reality.
because I have gotten to countless sleepovers over the years. My sister and I used to have them all the time because we had friends in the same neighborhood. And never once did we do any of the things in this post. It was exactly what OP describes. You're in your comfy clothes, looking kind of messy, and just eating lots of junk food, watching movies.
Yeah, and I'm a vampire.
What does that have to do with anything?
And our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for getting my nephew broccoli for his birthday?" Yesterday was my nephew's birthday. I thought it would be funny to load up broccoli and put it in an empty PlayStation 5 box. My sister was mad at me for getting him a PlayStation 5. He ripped open the PlayStation and began crying when he saw the broccoli. My sister said that I ruined his birthday. I did get him a Lego set, but thought that the prank was funny. Am I the jerk? Alright, folks, what do you think? Broccoli, funny?
Not funny. You are the jerk. OP, he is 5. What kind of a prank is this? Like, you get his hopes up, like, oh, here's a PlayStation. Oh, ha ha, it's broccoli. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you've just made the future George Bush. Sorry, George Bush Sr., and that's really unfortunate because we could definitely not use another George Bush Sr. here.
I don't know that I get what's going on
He didn't
here.
like broccoli.
Oh, okay.
And that was a big scandal at the time about how much George Bush Sr. didn't like broccoli. So let me tell
I
you.
am too young to have any clue about what's going on here.
So remember, kids, eat your vegetables, but don't give them to people as gifts because people don't like having broccoli as a gift.
Well,
And
and what's funny about this? Like, it could have been funny if you actually then gave him a PS5 at the end,
well, I
right?
mean, it could have been funny if he put faces on them with like googly eyes. And then the broccoli might have
No,
actually been funny broccoli, and
that still wouldn't make up for hurting him. But like,
I mean, he could
that's
have packed it with nitrous oxide too. Then that would have been really funny.
this is Brian's bad advice here. So, OP, do a little soul searching. Examine why you find it so funny to traumatize your nephew, and don't do this again.
Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Far Opening 2859 says, "You're the jerk. What's next? A lump of coal for Christmas? It's funny when everyone laughs. When only you are laughing, it's probably cruel, and you're probably a jerk."
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for refusing to wear jewelry that the bride picked?" Unreasonable. We don't need to read this one. Let's move on to the next one.
Mm-mm.
I'm a 24-year-old female. I'm a bridesmaid in my friend, a 24-year-old male's, and we'll call him John, and a 25-year-old female, we'll call her Sarah's, wedding. I have been friends with John since middle school. And me and his fiance have also become great friends over the 4 years that we've been together. So I, of course, said yes when she asked me to be a bridesmaid. The wedding was in March, and last month we started discussing the bridesmaids' attire. The dresses and the shoes have been picked out and ordered. And yesterday, all three of the bridesmaids, me included, and Sarah were discussing accessories. And to our surprise, she had already ordered some. It's all gold jewelry. It's beautiful, but the only issue is that gold always causes me to break out and become rashy, and she knows this. I told her that I couldn't wear it, and that she said it was her big day and that I wouldn't have to wear it for very long, just during the ceremony and some pictures, and she didn't think it would be a big deal because it's not like it would kill me. I told her that it would still cause me to break out and be extremely uncomfortable and itchy. She called me selfish for not pushing through the uncomfortableness for her big day. And I responded by telling her that I don't care if she's the bride and it's her day. It doesn't give her the right to force someone to wear something that causes them extreme physical discomfort. And she was the selfish one. I also told her that if I had to wear that jewelry, I wouldn't be part of the wedding. The other bridesmaids think that I'm being too harsh. But my friend John is on my side and has been trying to talk to his fiance and convince her to let me wear different jewelry. Am I the jerk for calling her selfish and refusing to wear the gold jewelry? Edit, I've texted her and gave her some of the suggestions like coating that I could wear. She doesn't want to risk ruining the jewelry because it was expensive, but she said that I can wear a fake look-alike. The problem is now that she wants me to pay for the new fake accessories since I was unable to wear what she purchased. I'm already on an extremely tight budget, and I've been taking on extra time at work to set money aside for the hotel and travel expenses for their wedding. I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. All right, folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. You do not have to wear things that you're allergic to, and that is a totally unreasonable ask. Like, it's one thing to ask someone to wear, let's say, a dress that might potentially be a little itchy or something like that. Like, I can still understand objecting, but, bridesmaids' dresses are kind of notoriously uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's another thing to ask someone to wear something that they are actually allergic to and
yeah.
break out from.
I mean, I think that where this goes for me is never ask someone to do something that is going to cause them to have an allergic reaction, even
Mm-hmm.
a minor one, because again, the more times you're exposed to allergens, the more serious of a condition that can develop and can. I mean, this isn't like a hard and fast rule, but
Right.
certainly like it isn't something you want to play around with.
Exactly.
And just because she wants to have fancy wedding jewelry on her day and she knew this limitation before she even bought it, I really think that makes her the jerk in this situation. I don't
Yeah.
think this is a reasonable ask, and I think she's acting like a bridezilla.
Yeah, well, I think that was like an extra layer of jerkiness that she even knew
Yeah.
that OP couldn't wear this. And was like, well, it's just one day. It won't kill you. Like, just because it won't kill you doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber has a silly joke for us.
What do you call two witches who live together?
You call two witches who live together a covenant because if one or more witches are gathered together, then they're a coven of witches. And that's just the way it is. It's a scientific, a matter of fact. I mean, I've researched this extensively and I know this to be true.
Broommates. They were broommates.
I suppose so. Oh, and Rose had a joke for us. Let me look that up real quick, and then Amber can laugh about it. And so this is one that she came up by herself with, and don't try cheating. You can't read the joke, Amber. We have to have somebody laugh because I've already read it. I have a joke that I wrote myself. Why do salamanders make good students?
Why?
Because they axolotl questions. It's a very good joke. I like it. I thought that it was very clever. Nice joke. Well done. And I have Mega Mint. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. So, do we have any profound morals? What did we learn today?
Well, I think we learned don't force people to wear things they're allergic to.
Yeah, I mean, I think forcing people to do stuff that they're allergic to is always a bad idea. Bad idea. Also, broccoli makes a great gift, a
No,
great birthday present. So make
no.
sure for your children in the future to give
You
them giant pots of broccoli.
don't do things that are hurtful to other people. Like that's not a funny joke. And also, don't try like if someone's already
Traumatize people.
traumatized, don't make that trauma worse. Be supportive. Don't make fun of them.
Yes, traumatize all of the children.
No, no.
This is terrible advice. I don't know who's putting this on the teleprompter. Amber, are you putting stuff onto my teleprompter?
No, there's no teleprompter. This is just coming out of your mouth.
Oh, well, Amber, you're not supposed to say that. You're revealing the secrets that now it's coming out of the teleprompter in my head. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
I've been doing